What's up guys, Dirty here coming at you with another video. Today the video is going to be about aiming and how to improve your aiming in Warzone specifically. My aiming is not terrible, but it could definitely improve, and I've been thinking of some ways to improve it so that I can get more kills, so that I get more knocks, and overall help out my teammates more, right? So first thought is, how do you improve it? First thing that comes to my mind is honestly going to be just warming up. I have an issue where when I first start playing Call of Duty or Warzone or anything, I just jump right into a game and I just start playing it. That's been how I warm up in the past. Now what I try and do is a different game mode, whether it's like Plunder when they have it or whatever other game mode that they happen to have at the time. Basically where there's a quick respawn. Sometimes they'll have stimulus duos or trios or quads or whatever else, and that's typically what I jump into right away and just do my best to warm my hands up, because if your hands are warm, obviously you're going to be able to move them on the sticks a bit better if you're on sticks or keyboard, and so on and so forth. Alright, so as far as the game modes go, what I would suggest is find one that works for you, even if it's like multiplayer. If you're playing like TDM or Cyber Attack, I wouldn't really say Search and Destroy, because you want something that's, again, going to warm up your hands, so you want something that's going to be fast-paced, but also something that you can respawn in. Like Hardpoint, something like that. Domination even, maybe. But more or less, you can even play against bots. That'd probably honestly be the best way to do it. And you don't have to be playing against hard bots or anything like that. You can just be playing against normal weak bots that are stupid. You just want to warm up to aiming in as fast as you can. And also when you're playing with the bots, you can also, I believe if I remember right, you can up the health on them. So you can also do that, so then you're making sure that you're getting that kill. So then when you go into Warzone, let's say, you'll be making sure that you get that kill. You're more trained to stay on that person until they're at least knocked, and then get the other guys that are still up down before you go back to your knock guy. Unless your teammates are handling themselves pretty well, then you typically don't want to finish someone immediately. You want to give it a second or two, see if it can help out somewhere else, and then before the person gets back up with a self-revive, then kill and finish off that kill.
Enemy dropping into the AO. I see movement.
Oh shit. Ooh, fucking good, Get the prick in front of us and see that crack.
Target marked. Let him have it.
This is Striker 3-1. Good copy. Strike
Oh,
inbound.
fuck, there's a goddamn sniper over there. Motherfucker.
Alright, so my next tip here is going to be as far as weapon selection. You're going to see a lot of pros out there. You're going to see a lot of streamers, YouTubers, all that kind of crap. They're all using the same weapons. That doesn't mean you have to use those weapons. Really just use whatever you are comfortable with, because that's typically what you're going to do best with. Now, if you want to be like the streamers and the pros and all this other kind of crap, and you want to use those specific weapons, by all means use them. But again, use them with bots, use them with the attachments that you currently have, and as you unlock more attachments, go back to the bots with those attachments and get used to them. Don't just slap them on and expect you're going to be the next hot thing to hit Call of Duty, because it's not going to happen like that. Also, when you're using these weapons, make sure that you test them out. Shoot at a wall or something, see what the recoil pattern is, see if you can handle it, how well you do handle it or don't, and then see what changes that recoil pattern when you try on different attachments and everything. And a pretty good way to do that, to try new attachments that you don't have, or if you don't have any attachments at all, is picking it up after you kill someone. don't think I have the Bruin, but I have almost everything unlocked on it because I keep picking it up off the ground. It's a very common weapon. But a lot of people run it right now, so I'm easily able to pick it up off the ground with full attachments and, you know, use it to go kill people. I like it a lot. I haven't unlocked it yet. I really don't plan on unlocking it anytime soon, because it's probably going to catch a nerf very soon here.
Enemy movement! Enemy movement! Enemy UAV overhead.
Into our third tip here, and that's going to be the attachments themselves. You know, they have little bars there, little green bars that show exactly what it's improving, what it's not improving, and all that kind of crap. So make sure you're paying attention to that, and again, use those attachments. Put them into a bot game, run it, and see how you like it or don't like it, and then you know, adjust from there. It's really, it might take a little while, especially if you're a very picky person like me. I'm very picky about what I put on my guns. I don't care so much as if it's going to help me run faster or not. I can make a class to help me run faster, but I want to build a weapon that's going to be very accurate and it's going to be very easy to control the recoil, because I'm trying to get better aim, right? And to go along with that, the other thing you want to look at is your sensitivity. Like, how high is it? Is it too high? Is it too low? Again, that's something you can do with the bots. Turn it up. Turn it way up. Like, it's clearly too high for you to do anything. And just run with it for, like, I don't know, 3 minutes to 5 minutes. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you get used to it or not, because the whole point of it is to get your hands to move faster, to warm up a little bit, and to get your hands to loosen up. So then what you're going to do after you turn it up for about 5 minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes, is you're going to turn it back down. You're not going to turn it back down to the one that you had it at before. Like, let's say you're at a 5.5. You don't want to turn it back to 5.5. You want to turn it down to like a 6.6 or even a 7.7. You just want to be a little bit above what you were at before, and you want to see how manageable that is. Now, if you're doing pretty good with it, maybe turn it down one notch, see if you do better. If you do, leave it right there. That's kind of how you dial it in and you get used to stuff. My next tip here, and that's going to be aggressiveness in a fight. Like, be super aggressive. I notice when I start getting really low kills or no kills per game, I'm doing something wrong. I really can't figure it out, but it always seems to come back to when I get into those gunfights, my aim is off, right? Or I was being too passive and I decided the fight wasn't worth it and I was running away and I got killed and shot in the back. So something I've tried in every single Call of Duty is when I notice that I'm doing that, when I notice I'm being way too passive, I will immediately start jumping into games, and even if it's solo quads, I'll put no fill on, I'll go to quads and I'll just drop Superstore. And I push absolutely everything. I'll drop every hotspot, hospital, whatever. Military base, doesn't matter. The point of it is to get you engaged into a fight and to be very overly aggressive. So then when you get in with your buddies or you get in with a couple of randoms, you don't have to be as aggressive. But if you have to be aggressive at some point with them, which you will because it's Call of Duty, you're used to it. Your hands are warmed up, you got your shot on, you're ready to rock and roll. You're not afraid of a fight, you're not being too passive. You're aggressive, but you're not being overly aggressive. You're just, you know, it's like fine-tuning it to that right point. The whole point of it is to get you into gunfights, because playing against bots is one thing, and being able to aim and do everything, I don't want to say right against them, but to be able to do everything much better against them is one thing. But playing against a human being, another human being, is completely different, because you have no idea what these people are going to do. You really can't predict to a great accuracy what they're going to do like you can with the bots. And that brings us into the last part here, my last tip, and that is going to be shouldering and using your cover. Too many times do I get too bullheaded and I get too stubborn to back out of a fight or to even use my cover so that I can get some plates back on or reload or, you know, anything, even switch weapons, right? Just try and break that person's line of sight. I'll get too lazy with it. I'll get too aggressive. And there is such thing as too aggressive. What do they call it? Ego challenging, right? Your ego gets in the way. You just sit there and you keep challenging one gunfight, one person, and they just absolutely destroy you. And they've been destroying you the whole time, but you don't get behind cover. Like, I don't understand it when I do it, but I know it's been a problem for me in the past. I've been working at it. I've been getting pretty good at it. I'll try and pop in a video or a clip here of me shouldering or using my my cover to my advantage. And the whole point of it is that you don't have to ego challenge every single fight.
Be with you shortly.
You know, just because you're hitting your shots doesn't mean you're going to win a gunfight, right? Because if they're hitting theirs as well, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to lose. I mean, it's going to be a 50-50, right? We don't want a 50-50. We want to turn that into our favor. One way to do that is by popping behind cover, popping behind a big tree if you can find one. I haven't even found that you can't shoot behind trees. I've been behind trees in Warzone and gotten shot and killed, so I don't get that. But, you know, maybe getting behind a vehicle or something and not standing directly behind it, but back a little bit. You know, you got to create that distance, because if they blow the vehicle up, you're screwed there, right? But the whole point here is duck behind cover, put on a plate or two, reload, pop back up. After you center, obviously, that's another piece here. You need to center your shots. There's going to be a white dot right in the middle of your screen. It's going to have 4 little white slits on every side of it. Up, down, left, right. So you want that to be centered. So if you think the guy's going to be at your front right, like just a little bit to the right off center of your screen, you're going to want to move it there. Move it to where you think he's going to be when you stand up, and then you stand up, you aim in, and he's going to be almost right there. You'll get used to it, and you'll get pretty good at lining up your shot or centering your shot while you're shouldering something or while you're behind cover. And that's honestly probably the biggest tip here, is to use your cover and center your shots. If you're off center, like I said, get behind cover, recenter, get a plate on, reload, pop back up. And you don't have to just lay down and sit there. You can move to the left, move to the right, get him off of his shot. Because if they're beaming you, that's what you want to do, is get them off their shot, recenter, re-engage. Alright guys, those are my tips for this video on how to aim better. If you have any suggestions or you liked what you saw, just leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, hit the follow button, so you can get notified when we drop another video. We're going to be trying dropping these at least once every 2 weeks. I'm not going to guarantee every single week, but again, I'm trying to do at least every 2 weeks. So let me know what you like, what you dislike, and what you want to possibly see in the future, or what you're having an issue with. I'm sure I'm having the same issue. Nobody's perfect. I always notice that there's something I can improve on. So let me know. Thanks.